Well, hello everyone. Welcome to 3LG. This is PDL 25 entitled Unleashed. Okay. Um, Before I get started into any video, I like to go into prayer. Before I do that, I want to explain to maybe someone is new. I need to explain what this channel is all about. 3LG is learning, loving, living for God. Okay. PDL is purposely driven lives based off a book we read earlier this year. And I decided to keep on with the PDLs for the remaining of the year. Here on this channel, all we're doing, I'm not a licensed teacher, I'm not an ordained minister, but what I am is a person who loves God and cares about my soul and yours. So this channel bridging the gap between the streets and getting saved. Okay? Helping those that already saved to stay in pocket. Those that have not yet converted, maybe there's something within one of these videos to convince you otherwise, to go ahead and convert. So that's what it's all about. And my name is Daria Green. And let's go ahead and get into prayer. Now, usually I will pray for us all, and sometimes we will pray collectively with the Lord's Prayer, which is what we'll be doing this afternoon. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that first. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen. All righty, so we are all on one accord. But before I can go on to the session, I do want to say to all the families that are in bereavement right now, trust in God. Know that people are praying for you. This is something that we all have to go through one time or another with loved ones, friends, people that we know. So we have sympathy for you because we'll have to endure it one day ourselves if we have not already. And I pray that God will strengthen you, love on you, and keep you shielded. Okay? So let's go ahead and get into today's session. Unleashed. Okay? I don't know why I have problems saying that. But anyway, many of us have been everything to everyone else around us. We have taken care of our children. We have taken care of our spouse. We have taken care of sick or disabled parents and grandparents. And some of us have even taken care of other people's children without even having children of our own, but just taking in other people's children and taking care of them as if they were your own. So between that and working, trying to survive and pay bills and just stay sane, we make a terrible mistake. We make the mistake of choosing ourselves, our circle, our standards over our relationship. It just, forgive me, because sometimes I get upset because when we choose what we want to do, where we want to go, who we want to do it with, over our relationship with God, that's a mistake that is hard to get away from. It's something that is like within us. You know, I didn't say we don't love God. I didn't say we don't believe in the power of prayer. But it still boils down to when you haven't converted, It still boils down to you're choosing yourself over your relationship with God. That's the bottom line. Okay? And God is the reason why we breathe. Okay? So it bothers me sometimes, and I try not to be that way because I was out there. I know how hard it is to step away from a certain thing, but you can't do it on your own. You can't get right on your own. You gotta have God. You gotta be locked in to even begin the process of doing right. So, it bothers me. I be wanting to just squeeze some people and just but you can't, because people got to come in on their own. You can't make anyone do anything. But trust me, when you go through the woes and the woos of life, after you done, you locked in, taking care of this person, taking care of that person, you working, you paying bills, and then your car start acting up, and a lot of things start going on within life. We make that mistake. But once we do get a breather in there, that is when the beast is unleashed. Okay? We want to go this place. We want to go that place. We want to go with this person. We want to go with that person. We want to do this, do that, do it this way, do it that way. Because we feel like we have missed out on something. Like the world owes us something. But let me tell you, God did not design us to be out here doing us. That is not. He wants us to learn about him, to love on him, to find out what our purpose is, that gives us that drive to want to bring other people to him and get into it. Okay? Because people, you got to understand, God is the only reason that we even exist. Okay? God created us in his own fashion to bring other people to him. Okay? He didn't want us to unleash the party beast, the lustful beast, the pathetic beast, the selfish beast. No. God intends for us to unleash that spiritual gift in order to bring knowledge and understanding of him to other people. And it's up to those individuals. It's up to them whether they take heed, and eat that food on the plate, or push that plate to the side. That's on them if they decide to do that. But it's our job to put that food on the plate. That means bring that knowledge and understanding of God to them. Okay? And do it correctly. Do it with knowledge. Be the example. Be compassionate. Be understanding. Be loving. Be forgiving. And be sustainable with what you say. Okay? Don't be saying one thing and doing a whole nother thing. Okay? You can't choose Christ on Sundays, Wednesdays, doing vacation Bible school and Sunday school. No. When you choose God, you got to choose him every single day. We can't be fence workers. Okay? We out here talking about God. We want to go to heaven. So we build that fence and we get to the top of it and we just stay there. And let me tell you, how I can explain it to you is, you on the fence and you got a backpack. And every time somebody hurts you or seen a brick is put in your bag, every time somebody make you want to curse them out, and you fall for it, you curse them out, and you say, or you trying to get there, another brick is put in your backpack. And every time you do things that you know ain't right, a brick is put in your book bag, your backpack, however you want to call it. And you're at the top of that fence you done built. All this talk about God and going to heaven. Baby, sooner or later, that all them bricks, that weight is gonna cause you to fall right back down where you came from, and you're not gonna get across the fence to conversion. Okay? So all I'm saying is don't talk about it. Be about it. Okay? Because you're gonna have to choose a side. You cannot talk, pretend, procrastinate, and don't do some work. Okay? Faith without works is dead. Okay? So you're going to have to eventually choose sides, and I don't want to be too late, because you can't wait till the sky split and God come, whatever, and then you want to go get the food. Too late. Okay? Too late. You got to get it now. Okay? You got to get it now. Unleash the love of God that is in you. Because let me tell you, once you do it, how you think about certain things, it will be different. How you talk is eventually going to change. Oh, I ain't talking about with an accent or nothing. I'm talking about, the words that you use and stuff. That's going to change. Your heart will change. But let me tell you this. At the end of the day, you still human. Okay? So you're going to hurt sometimes. You're going to get your feelings hurt sometimes. You're going to get angry sometimes. But the true you, your real walk with God, will show how you channel that anger, how you handle that hurt, how you handle that pain. That will show the real you. Okay? Because yes, you're a human, but God is looking at how you handle a certain thing when you have converted. Okay? And it's not up to the person that's beside you. It's not up to your parents. It's not up to your spouse. It's not up to your children. It's not up to them. What you decide to do is totally up to you, whose side that you're going to choose. Okay? Because you can't stay up on that fence. You're going to have to either choose Satan's side or the Lord's side. And every single move that you make, honey, you're getting one step closer to God or one step closer to Satan. Okay? Trust me, you feel like, oh, it ain't that serious. Oh, baby, it is. It is. Trust and believe. Your true walk with God shows up on how you handle a certain thing. Okay? It truly is. Don't waste time that's granted by God to be all about yourself. Because real talk, when you choose yourself, you choose other people, you choose other things to be more important to God, that's bad business. Because those things ain't going to help you get into heaven when this world is over. But it'll sure enough keep you out of heaven. That stuff and those people can definitely help you to stay out of heaven. That's for sure. So don't put other people, I don't care if it's your family. You don't put nobody, no situation, nothing above God. Because when you trust God, all other things will get in line. Okay? what I can tell you is choose your friends wisely. Okay? Let your no be no. You ain't got to give explanations to no one because it ain't up to them at the end of the day. You don't have to explain to nobody why you chose God or why you haven't. So all I'm asking is, I don't care why you ain't chose God, but what I'm telling you is, if you're doing it thinking that you're gonna wait till you can, get better on your own, it'll never happen. I had that same mentality. You have to have help, and God is the only way. That is the true way. Okay? Um, I want you to dig deep, unleash that power that God has given you. Because believe it or not, it's things that you can do that you didn't even think you could do. Okay? Um, he gave you things within yourself that works people heart, put love in their heart and build their spirit up as well as your own. A lot of people think they ain't built to do certain things because they're afraid. They let that fear keep them out of serving. And you should never do that. God, when you go to God, He will instill that courage in you. He will strengthen you to do the very thing that you thought you could never, ever do. God designed us all uniquely and wonderfully, I may add. And everyone is not built to do a certain thing, but it's certain things that you are built to do. And you have to go to God to understand what they are. Everybody has talents, everybody has something that God has spiritually gifted you with. And then some people have anointed gifts, okay? All three are different. Understand that they're different. Do not confuse the two. Let's say like a talent that you have, okay? God blessed you with that. That means that's something that you do and you feel good about it and other people feel good when you do it. Then you have an anointed gift where when you do it, you can feel the love of God and you just tingle, your body get chills and stuff. That's an anointed gift when you're in the presence of that. But your spiritual gift gives you that. When you do that very spiritual gift that God has given you, that helps other people feel the love of God and they ask, what can they do to be saved? They want to learn more about getting saved. They want to connect with God. Okay? When you could do a spiritual gift that work on somebody ethos, that is your calling. Okay? That is what you were designed to do. Okay? Trust me. Just know the difference between a talent and please, for the love of God, singing is not a spiritual gift. That is a God-given talent. And some people are anointed with that gift, but that is not your spiritual gift, okay? Understand that, okay? Because there is a difference, and I don't want you to get that twisted. And one thing else that you got to understand, your calling. Your calling is never to satisfy you. Your calling is to put the love of God in someone else so that they want to have a better understanding and knowledge about God and want to be a part of God's family. Whatever you doing to do that, that's your calling. That is your spiritual gift. Okay? Understand that. God created us all wonderfully, like I said. He put a lot of things here on this earth for his followers to enjoy. Okay? He didn't put it here for his followers to be selfish, to be greedy, to be boastful, or condescending. Okay? Sometimes we feel deprived. We do. When we can't rush out there and do a certain thing. We can't get this big house. We can't get this fine car. We can't get this fine outfit. We can't get these fly shoes. We can't get this certain hairdo. Sometimes we feel deprived when we can't get things when we want to get it. But if you trust in God, put God first. Anything that you really need and you truly desire, God will make sure that you get it. Not in your time, but in His. Understand that. Okay? Because people get that misconstrued. God loves all of us, saved or not. But He looks out for people that believe in Him. And when you have converted to Him, meaning come back to Him on your own, He has more than just blessings here on earth for you. He has blessings for when this world is over. So it's important that you understand that your choices that you make now means everything. I can't tell you enough. It means everything. People don't want to come to God. People don't want to get saved because let's say they with their boyfriend or girlfriend they done been with forever. They don't want to put that ultimatum on there. Look, we need to go ahead and lock in because we're fornicating. They don't want to put that ultimatum on the table because they're afraid they're going to lose their loved one, but they ain't worried about if they lose God. Do you understand what I'm saying? And you can't take advantage that, I'll get with God later when I get old. What? Don't do that. So you can't be afraid, because if you're so locked in, you're so in love, and you weren't afraid that you will flop on your face without that person, you'll go ahead and lock things in. People talking about it ain't nothing but a piece of paper. Well, baby, like I said, it's a piece of paper that you need. Okay? Now, some places have common law. So if common law is legal in your state, then okay, you locked in. Y'all good. But for those people that want to choose other things and other people, man, I got to party some more before I get saved. What? If God come right now, what you going to do? You going to go ahead and throw a party? Because, baby, you might as well throw a party because it's going to be a hell party for you. And I don't want that to happen. So that's why I say, please, please don't wait too late. Please don't wait too late. Saved people, it's our job to put food on the plate for other people to be able to eat. Now, if they choose not to eat and push the plate to the side, knock the food over, that's on them. But your job is to put the food on the table. People that are not saved, that plate that is before you, when you listening to 3LG, baby, I'm putting the food on the plate for you. When you go to church on Sunday, your pastor, your minister, your preacher, your whoever is giving the word that day, they're putting food on your plate Sunday after Sunday. And every time you push that plate to the side so you can do you, God looking at that. He said, oh, that's what we doing? Oh, that's what we doing. So trust me, do not keep pushing that plate to the side. Do what's right. If you boyfriend and girlfriend and y'all been dating for and fornicating all this long time, what is a piece of paper? What is the problem? What's holding that? Because if something is still holding that, that is something that you don't need in your life. Whatever is holding that up. Because you need to go ahead and lock in, do what's right, and go from there. Be myself. Okay, yes, I was wrong. Yes, even though the 2 times that I did do that, I married those individuals. But that don't mean that it's right, because I had to go to God real bad, as they say, real bad on that. And it may be now that I may never marry again, ever. Okay? And there's no chance ever of me getting back with my first husband. So with that being said, evidently I'm here to be alone forever. But whatever I decide to do, however God states that that needs to happen, it will happen. If I need to be alone for the rest of my life, then so be it. And I'm not condemning anyone that's doing that, what I was doing. All I'm saying is that don't make it right. Things I'm preventing you from going down that same road that I went down. So please think about what you're doing. Choose God, choose God's team, get off of that fence because you need help with the bricks that's getting loaded in your backpack, okay? Because every time, like I said, you going through stuff, and stuff is happening to you, a brick is getting loaded on into that backpack that's on your back. And after a while, it's going to get so heavy that you're going to tilt backwards or you're going to tilt frontwards and you're going to fall flat on your face. And if you don't have God hooked to you, you're going to be in a mess. See, because if when you got God hooked to you, they can put all the bricks they want to, because you know what's going to happen? God he ain't gonna say you ain't gonna get bricks in your book bag, but guess what? He gonna put a slit across that book bag and them things gonna fall out. They gonna fall out when you trust in them. So you gotta trust in God. And like I said earlier, for people that are saved, we gotta stick to the 3 P's if we want to stay in that door. Okay? The heaven's doors. Preparation, positioning yourself, and practice what you preach. I love you enough to tell you. Please come back next weekend for PDL 26. And please don't unleash that beast that will cause you to go to hell. You unleash that spiritual gift that God has put inside of you. And that's for real. That is real talk. I love you. God bless you. Have a blessed week. And like I said, come on back next weekend because we got more to talk about. Peace.